Hey guys, so this is the kind of well, this is just a vloggy thing. Mostly it's going to be about my thoughts of MineCon, and I mean, where to start with that? It's just amazing, right? But also it'll be at the end there'll be some stuff about the channel and what's going to happen, what new series is coming up, you know. Anyway, MineCon. By the way, I'll try not to hard cut too much in this video, like most vloggers do, but knowing me, I'll make tons of mistakes and probably have to do it anyway. And if you're wondering why my hair looks different, it's because I just had a shower. Anyway, let's get on with the MineCon stuff. So, oh man, MineCon. I mean, it was only 2 days, right? It was only 2 days. But the amount of stuff, the amount of stuff we got in those 2 days. If you haven't seen the vlogs, me and Kieran went together. Kieran's my friend. We also do videos together on LemonCo, which you can find linked on my channel somewhere. I think it's in the partnered channel section. So, yeah, oh man. So the first day we went, because we went on the Friday, which was the day before the convention actually started, and we went to pre-register. So, like, we just went in there, got the bag. Hang on. This bag specifically. Ha! Iron gun on face. Yes, and the the little band and the lanyard and stuff, and we came back in. MineCon day one, we went in. There was the opening ceremony. That was pretty neato. So they had the whole. They had it all recorded and live streamed, so there's a big swooping camera on a boom, and you see yourself on the screen and wave, and that was pretty cool. We went to look at the expo hall, and I mean all the stuff in there was really neat. There's plenty of booths to kind of go to. We didn't go to that many of the well, we didn't partake in any of the booths. I mean, there was so much stuff to look at. It's almost like you couldn't get it in 2 days if you weren't. Well, maybe you could if you didn't go to any of the panels, but there was a lot of stuff. You are not going to get bored in the amount of time that you have there. 2 days was not enough for me. I could have spent the rest of the week there. Anyway, there was, oh man, the awesome kind of would you call them sculptures? I don't know, the kind of the 3D artwork that was like life-size Minecraft creatures and the trees created by Greg Aronowitz and his team. Absolutely fantastic. And the amount of kind of video game accuracy in there as well, because like the trees, I mean, if you play Minecraft, you know this. The leaf blocks, right? They have a texture on each side, but the texture it has bits of transparency in it. So it's like each face of that block has like a flat layer of leaves on it, and then inside the block is just kind of empty. And that's what it made it look like. He had there were like these wireframe cubes with netting spread over them and leaves attached to the netting. So it looked like it looked like you were looking at Minecraft leaf blocks and like fancy graphics, That was really awesome. But I mean, just completely takes the cake. The giant Ender Dragon in the middle of the expo hall, climbing up the Houses of Parliament clock tower, or some known as Big Ben. But yeah, oh my gosh, it was awesome. Just the size of it, the pose it was in, it was perfect. There was a horse you could get on. I have a picture of that. I don't have it yet because it's on Kieran's camera, but I'll try and maybe upload that in a later video, or provide a link to it or something. I don't know. You'll get to see it. Oh my gosh, there was a huge, section for kind of competitive multiplayer. There was like PvP. There was like a build battle thing. There was a parkour challenge, as always. I don't think there was any spleef, but there was survival games. That was pretty cool. I think there was a live challenge. It was like a build battle live challenge, which you could go and see. But yeah, we were at panel at that time, and you know, we were just kind of sat in the panel, and we can hear the roars of the crowd, like completely over the building in the expo hall. Oh my gosh, they they must have been really getting into it. Sadly though, yeah, you can't see everything at once as much as I would have wanted to. So yeah, but that was on day 2 that happened. So yeah, anyway, we got through day 1. It was pretty neat. Saw a couple of panels. And then there was the MineCon 2015 live show, which I mean I talked about briefly in the day 1 vlog. It's blew my expectations out of the water. I don't even know what to say about that. They had some kind of performance. I forget the name. It was like Cirque to something. Oh my gosh. There was fire. There were people in dancing robot LED suits. There was like this fantastic trampoline act. There was what was I gonna say? Yeah, there was just dancing and really loud music. You know, people in like Steve heads dancing. Oh my gosh, there was a BMX thing. I'm not sure it was BMX, some sort of bicycle. I couldn't quite tell. I'm guessing it's BMX because that's the thing you usually do stunts on. Anyway, there was bike stunts on fire. No, the bikes weren't on fire, but the obstacles were on fire. Oh my gosh, you know, real masterful stuff. There was like a dance where, you know, you have those like ribbon things, the huge ribbons that hang from the ceiling, and like people like do dances on them. So I'm not sure what you call it, but it was cool. Okay, they climb up them and they hang from them and they swing, and they do all kind of beautiful dances, and it was really good. I don't know how much more I can express that, but I came to MineCon and it's just like, oh yeah, this is a thing, right? I mean, I knew I was gonna have a fantastic time, but you know, I thought it would be just kind of, well, yeah, this is the kind of nerdy thing we'll like, and you know, it's Minecraft. It's great for this group of people, and we're all really enthralled in it. But the live show, you know, you could have shown that to any group of people, anyone in the world, even the most miserable, grumpy stick in the mud ever, and they would have loved it. It was fantastic, and I didn't expect it. You know, it wasn't like, oh, you know, here's some new features. That was good, by the way. That was day 2. It wasn't, oh, you know, here's some PvP tips, and here's some Minecraft celebrities playing some games. Although that was another thing. That was another panel. It was a big show. It was a huge thing. You know, you could have entertained a massive crowd. This is like huge professional show material. Anyway, if I don't stop now, I'm going to waffle on it about it forever. So day 2, right? Day 2, there was no kind of. Oh wait, my screen's gone dark. Yeah, there was no kind of like opening show thing, because it was just like, you know, go on, and yeah, and then the next morning it was just kind of go do things. And me and Kieran, we found out that you could actually go in the back entrance. I'm not sure that if you were allowed to or not. I mean, there was like a security guy there, and we were just like, oh, can we get to the hall through here? And he was like, yeah, go up the escalator. So yeah, he seemed fine with it. I mean, I don't know, but anyway, so we got in through the back. We came in fairly early, and we managed to be near the front of the queue for the Small World ride. I think that was what it was called. Now that, if that makes you think Disney, yeah, there is there's a ride, at least in Disneyland Paris, called like Small World or something, and there's just like stupid puppets singing songs. This is not that, right? It was. I mean, I've got footage of it, which I may splice in somewhere, but you won't quite get an impression of what it is from the footage, because we were sat inside like these golf cart things. Bearing in mind, this is a ride that has been constructed inside the, you know, the not the expo hall, but a hall next to it in the XL Arena. And yeah, so and you just kind of drive past like Minecraft scenery that I assume that had all been made by Greg Aronowitz as well. And you just go past it, and there's all ambient sounds, and it's like all there's lighting effects, and everything was beautifully done. And it wasn't like huge, thrilling, you know, ooh doo 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 doo. Oh look, there's, you know, my heart's in my throat and all that. But that's not the point, right? And this is the thing about Minecraft. Like sometimes, you know, you get people doing PvP, and you get huge builds, and you know, big, blown up kind of in-your-face things. But sometimes, and it becomes, you know, clearer and clearer the more it's developed, the more new biomes are added. You just, you know, you go for like. You play on Minecraft just for the pleasure of exploring and looking through the world and seeing all these cool things, and just it's like an experience more than a game. And it is a game, of course it is a game. I mean, the good thing about Minecraft is you can pretty much play it however you want. But yeah, that was kind of what it said to me. You know, this is. One of the big things about Minecraft is you can just walk and explore and see new things, right? You can see like new landscapes or animals behaving in a funny way, or you know, and it's that kind of simulated world aspect thing that I think that ride was trying to convey. I don't want to get too artistic on this. I'm not an artist, far from it. But yeah, it was really nice. It wasn't a thrill ride, but it was really, really nice. So, yeah, that was really good. And then after that, you know, we went to a couple of panels. We went to, we went to the like creating original content panel, which had a guy from YouTube, I think was French. It had a German YouTuber who's like one of the biggest YouTubers in Germany, who plays Minecraft. It had a person from, I think, was it LD Shadow Lady? I think so, yeah. Who's British, who's English. And it had a Korean YouTuber whose name, I'm sorry, I can't remember any of their names because I'm just really bad with remembering names, especially people I saw once in a panel. But yeah, and she was the biggest YouTuber in Korea, easily. You know, she does games and she does other stuff. And she had like an interpreter with her because she didn't speak English, or at least not enough of it to be able to convey herself well enough in a panel, which is fine. And then we went on to the expo hall. We had another look around. We had a look at some of the like they had. I don't think I filmed any of this, but they had like these carnival game things, right? So, but they were really like authentic because you could see they were all handmade. So like one of them was it was called like sheep shearing, and they had like plywood sheep, like big, just like a plywood board painted to look like a sheep, obviously in the right shape, and it had like a noughts and crosses grid in it. This is going to take me a while to explain, but the squares of the noughts and crosses grid were like on an axle, so they spun round, and the idea was to throw beanbags at each little square, and you had to get like a line across or diagonally, like noughts and crosses. I called it projectile noughts and crosses. And I actually won a thing on it. All of the games you won these like little. Oh, there we go. Yeah, like little. I don't know what you call them because they're not pins because they got this Velcro strap on the back, but they're like little things. They remind me of those things people used to stick in Crocs, those shoes. Yeah, but that's not what that is. Really cool anyway. There was like there was one where it was cow tipping, where they had like these wooden model Minecraft cows, and they were stacked on top of each other, and you only had to knock 2 over, right, by just throwing like these like very light baseballs, maybe cricket balls. I'm not sure quite what they were, but they were very, very light. And Kieran went first. You know, it looked fairly easy because they were quite big targets. You know, it was a ball. It's easy to throw. Kieran went, knocked 2 over very, very easily. Won his little creeper thing. I went in, missed once, hit 1, but it didn't fall over, and missed again, spectacularly. I think the last one was more out of frustration, because you only have 3 balls, and like obviously that one didn't knock over, so I knew I wasn't going to win by the 3rd shot, so I just like kind of swatted it, you know. Oh, damn it! But there was more stuff. There was you could like. It was like throwing balls through ender portals. Ender portals? No, not end portals. Nether portals. There was one way they had like mushrooms, model mushrooms, and you had to like you had to land. I'm not sure what the premise of this one was, but you had to land like washers, by which I mean like mechanical washers, which is basically a little, if you don't know, a little disc of metal about that big, with a hole in the middle, a lot like a coin, just like a 2p coin, or whatever the equivalent of that is in America. I don't know if any Americans are watching. Yeah, just a coin about that big, and you had to land them on the plates on the mushroom's back, which was more difficult than it would first appear. And then there was one where you had to like land ping pong balls in little glass containers that had squids in them. Little plastic squids. That was cool. Yeah, I only won that one sheep shearing one. But you know, they were all like these homemade contraptions. I mean, they worked well, and they withstood the weekend. They were well made, but you could see that some person, I don't know who, I don't know whether it was Greg or someone else, had spent a lot of time thinking out these games, all like 8 or 10 of them, or however many there were, and putting them together piece by piece out of wood. You know, I mean, the amount of cares that it takes to be so dedicated towards something like that. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, and then we went on to the oh, my monitor's gone again. It always freaks me out because I think, oh gosh, the camera not recording. Then we went on to the coding panel. It was like a couple of people who do Forge mods from ForgeCraft. There was Direwolf20, who wasn't actually on the panel, but he was moderating it. There was Razzleberry Fox, I think that's her name. She does DecoCraft. There's iChun, who obviously does Portal Gun and Gravity Gun and hats and doors and all this stuff. Like way too many mods for me to keep up with. There was Lex Manus, of course, lead developer of Forge. There was Professor Mobius, who is a founder of MCP, basically one of the people who enabled most of the people that we know now to do modding. Who else was there? I don't want to leave anyone out. There was Covert Jaguar, yeah, who does Railcraft, obviously, and I think he worked on Buildcraft for a while. I think he's probably still doing, because Buildcraft and Railcraft are quite interlinked. I think that was everyone. I did see Slowpoke 101 briefly before the panel. Oh yeah, there was Dan 200. Yeah, can't forget Dan 200. He was in the middle there. Like with his phone up at the beginning, like he usually does at panels, because I saw him at the Minecraft Expo in Telford, Insomnia 49. Yeah, so yeah, that was cool. And yeah, I mean, they talked a lot about, you know, modding, and it was mainly a Q&A panel. So Direwolf20 asked some questions to the modders that he thought, you know, people would like to know, and people lined up to ask questions. And there were some interesting questions, including one I put in the last vlog from XCompWiz, who is Soren's brother, and XCompWiz makes Mistcraft, and yeah, Soren, at least he used to make Zycraft, but it hasn't been updated for a while now. I'm assuming he's still working on it, but he was like, when will Zycraft be out? Dial 20's like, ask your brother. So yeah, and then look at this. I got this earlier on day 2. You can see Direwolf 20 signature there, and Dan 200 signature. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I realised I mentioned Dan 200 makes Computercraft and Computercraft Edu and a couple. He makes a couple of other like standalone games that aren't to do with Minecraft. At least one, whose name I forget now. It's about cubes though. So yeah, we went to that panel, and then I think after that it was pretty much time for the closing ceremony. Oh yeah, obviously I met Direwolf20 to get his signature, and got the outro for him for that last vlog. That was awesome. He's a really nice guy. And then yeah, then there was the closing ceremony, which, you know, it was that like bittersweet thing, right? So you were kind of like, oh, there's been so much fun, but you know, everyone was just so jazzed and so happy with the time they'd had. You know, everyone was like waving their swords in the air. Everyone was just having a blast. The whole time I went to MineCon, I didn't see like one person who wasn't having fun. So yeah, and all the staff members were really friendly, all the helpers and all the agents and stuff. Fantastic. So yeah, and yeah, the closing ceremony, we had thanks to a couple of people. Obviously, all the people who ran MineCon. Thanks to Vu and Lydia. Well, Lydia was there. She didn't, because she was doing the thanks. She didn't thank herself, but we all kind of thanked her. You know what I mean. There was thanks to Greg, obviously, for all of his crazy awesome sculpture works of art things. The team who did the live show, the helpers. Element Animation for making the awesome, which I haven't mentioned actually. They made an awesome opening video. Awesome. Which I assume will be up on YouTube either now or soon. Which was showed on like this super massive widescreen, which was just the screen in the main hall, not the expo hall, the main hall where we had the shows. Yeah, and that was really funny. That was really funny. We got to see it again at the end. But yeah, oh my gosh, MineCon, it was an absolute blast, and I want to go again next year. I don't care where it is. And you know, some people say, like I've seen people saying, oh, I didn't go because, oh, the tickets are extortionate, or, you know, this is blatant money grabbing. You go, right? You go to MineCon, even for 2 days, and you realise that that ticket, the £129 price tag on that ticket, and the cost of travelling there, maybe if you live really, really far away, it's not feasible, but that is 100% worth it, okay? It doesn't get more worth it with the amount of entertainment and the amount of fun. If you really like Minecraft, that ticket is a bargain, okay? You know, you'd pay that much to go to see like a huge football game or a band or a festival. That's what this is. This is a big thing. We got the world record, right, for there was a guy from Guinness there, Guinness World Records, not the beer, who gave the certificate to the developers for the biggest or the largest number of people in a single game convention, or convened in one place for a single game. Which is fantastic. 10,000 people in the same place, and it's only going to get bigger. Okay, so they just wanted to make it bigger and better every year. This was easily the best, of course. Everyone said that. But oh my gosh. Oh, and I didn't mention the new features panel. If you're really into Minecraft, you'll have probably seen the the update news on Minecraft forums already. But anyway, that was at the start of day one. I really am droning on here, but that was really cool stuff to do with the end. I showed a little bit of it in my vlog. Really cool stuff with the end. The new combat mechanics, like spectral arrows where you can shoot them at players and you can see the outline. Levitation effects. Shields. The list goes on. And it was really, really, really cool. So, sorry. Fantastic time, in short. I could go on about it forever, I really could. So, anyway, on to stuff with the channel, right? Channel news. Basically, months ago, I recorded a good chunk of footage, a good few episodes for Subnautica. And that was when the update came out, which was the kind of Aurora Explore update. And yeah, it was really, really cool. And the thing is, I recorded them like all in one sitting, and now because we've had different updates, some of the things I say aren't really relevant to now, and the thing is I never got a chance to upload them. This is the thing. So what I'm probably going to do, and there's another reason to this as well, what I'm probably going to do is put them into one kind of mashed up best bits of discovering the Aurora video thing, because it was really cool. And then I'm going to start on a new world, basically. I might skip through a couple of the first steps, because it does get a bit tedious to watch, me just whacking away at pieces of limestone for an age, and getting attacked by bone sharks. But yeah, the world generation has changed, and it changed in the Aurora update, but I chose not to update and just do those because I was at that point, and I didn't want to put cheats in or go to the experimental builds because things get messed up and yada yada yada. So yeah, I'm gonna start a new world with the new world gen, or the new stuff in the world, and that will be kind of Subnautica Season 2, kind of not. It'll be a continuation for the most part. I'll go for the same strategy. But that's what you get with an early access game. You have to restart sometimes. Other things, of course, the Pokemon series with Nick is continuing, as you saw last week. There was an episode. I'm not sure whether there will be one today or not. There's the Sky Saga, right? That's still continuing, I promise, because I can play it again now. Because they sent me an invite. It's like in a different phase of alpha now or something. So I can play Sky Saga, I'm going to do some Sky Saga, I'm going to do some Minecraft, okay? I realise I haven't done Minecraft on this channel for a while, or not properly. But I have been playing it in my spare time, and I really, really want to do some more. There's a ton of other stuff, right? That I'm got to get done. Like I'm doing guitar stuff at the moment. I'm doing coding and modding. Most of the results will probably take a while to appear here, but you will see them in time, and it will hopefully be good. So that's all I've got to say. It's probably gone on for about, oh my gosh, I'm just looking at the timer. This has gone on for half an hour. This is a half an hour vlog. I've been sitting here. Shut up, Rory. Yeah, so that's about all I've got to say. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, as much of an awesome time as I had. It still feels like some weird dream that you wake up from and you realise it wasn't true, and you feel completely deflated for the rest of the day. But this was real, because I've got the sword and the pass and the bag, and I'm gonna have the cape soon. It's awesome. So thanks for listening to me drone on for a while. I'll see you guys later.